Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of October 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm going to be using my original tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Cancer, with a Halloween Oracle card. I also have an announcement. I've been getting a lot of messages from some of you who are interested in starting your own business. That's very exciting, and a lot of you are asking, how do I know when it's the right time to leave my job and go into my business full time? Well, I do have a free checklist that will help you answer that question for yourself. And it is, I think I called it the 6 things you need to have before you quit your job and go into your business full time, or something like that. I will have that link down below if you are interested. Again, it's a free checklist to anybody who wants it. Also, I have been getting messages from a lot of you about private readings, and if you did not know, I am taking a break from private readings until January 2022. However, I have partnered with Keen.com. This is my 3rd year working with them, and they do have a special coupon code which I will leave for you down below if you're interested in that. You can get 10 minutes for $1.99 for if you are a brand new customer. So I have a lot of friends that actually work on Keen and who read for Keen, and like I said, I can't say enough good things about them because I have used their services many times. So I think that is it for the introduction. Let's go ahead and get right into the reading for my beautiful Cancers. Ooh. All right, Cancer. I see you. I see you. What do we need to know for the sign of Cancer as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2021? All right, Cancer, you know what? There's going to be changes at your work. I got that very clearly, especially with this Page of Wands. And the thing is the changes at your work they're not going to resonate with you. And that's what I'm seeing here. But you're going to be very cautious and very guarded as far as what you're going to do because of finances. But the Page of Wands tells me that they're going to make an announcement or something at your job. And it may not necessarily be bad in the context of things, but it's not something that resonates with you personally. So you're going to be figuring out what your next move is. I see that very clearly. We have the Hierophant and the Empress in the reverse. Now this is where I'm picking up, things are changing, and it's not because anything bad is happening. It's just that you're becoming a different person, Cancer, and you have different goals, and you have, new ideas about how you want to experience this life. And so you're really, really kind of stepping into your own enlightenment, so to speak, which is what we see here with the Star card. And you're not feeling discouraged, quite the opposite. You're feeling encouraged. You're seeing this as an opportunity. Now, as this relates to your money is where planning comes into place, right? Because you're going to have to figure out, okay, if I leave my job, or if I start a new business, or if I do something different, how am I going to take care of myself in the transition, in the process? And that's what I'm seeing happening here. And you're going to come into this awareness the first week of October, right? It's probably something you've been thinking about for a while, but things really start to show up for you in a very big way this first week of October. The Hierophant and the Empress. Now, these cards are huge cards as it relates to what's going on in your life in the big picture. The Hierophant tells me that there's something, I want to say it's like your own inner awareness, but it's bigger than that. It's like you being the god of your own life, but you're finding that in the environment that you're in, you can't like really allow it to flourish, right? You have the big idea, you see the big picture, but where you are right now, you're not able to kind of step into that in a very holistic, organic way, because you've got things that you are working on. You've got things you're taking care of. The Empress is a card of responsibility. When she shows up in the reverse, sometimes it means that her responsibilities have to take precedence over everything else. The Empress is a very maternal energy card, and sometimes that's how us mothers are. It's like we know what we want to do, and we even have everything, the tools and the skills and the experience. We have all the things needed to do it, but we have that first responsibility as a mother, and sometimes that will override our own desires. And I speak from experience here because I've gone through that, in my own life, where there's things I'd like to do, but I can't because my responsibility as a mother comes first. Now, I'm using that example metaphorically because you may not be a mother, you may not have children, whatever the case may be, but there's certain things that take priority. Your responsibilities take priority over your desires to do something different. And your desires to do something different are definitely going to impact you financially, okay? Because it all comes together here. So, like I said, the Star card in the upright position sometimes represents enlightenment. That's what I'm seeing here. And there's also a little bit of a celebrity aspect attached to this card. I'm not picking that up. However, that doesn't mean it won't resonate for some of you. But it's just a matter of, you're changing your life. You're in the process of changing your life for the better, which is going to change your money for the better. You're going to create more money flow, more opportunity, more customers, more sales, more clients, whatever the case may be. And you're just kind of in that transition phase. And October really kind of brings all of that to the surface. All right, Cancer, let's see what else shows up for you. As it relates to okay, money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2021. Yep, because I mean, you're even planning probably taking a step back from the job. Now, I don't know if you're going to be quitting, Cancer, but I do see you stepping back, being less involved, checking out. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you leave, but you know how sometimes when you're at a job, but you're already mentally checked out? That's how I was at my last job. And I do see that happening with this card here, especially because this card fell onto the Page of Wands. So, it's just a matter of timing, Cancer, before you make that move. And even if you're not, technically employed or having a job, there's something you're going to remove yourself from. Even if you're a student, if you're retired, there's something you're doing, but you're going to have to eventually separate and distance yourself from it for your own financial and spiritual well-being is what I'm seeing. So we have the Two of Cups, a beautiful card. This is a card of partnership, coming together in a very holistic way, in a very beautiful, harmonious way. The other thing about the Two of Cups is it could be relationships kind of coming together. I'm feeling like reconcile, a separation could be on the horizon for some of you. Now that's definitely going to have an impact on your money, your finances, right? Especially if you're, maybe you were talking about divorce and now neither of you want that. Maybe you and your partner decide to live together. So now you're going to be, kind of managing the financial situation together. It could be any myriad of things, but whatever it is, it's definitely going to be something good, and it's going to have a positive influence either directly or indirectly on your finances. Next, we have the Sun card, one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's the most positive card in the deck. It means that it's all good. No matter what happens, no matter what you decide, Cancer, it's going to work out. It's going to work out for your greater good. You're going to be better off no matter what you do, no matter what you decide. If you decide to stay at the job, I don't see that happening intuitively and when I'm looking at the cards. However, if you do decide to stay at the job, it's not going to be horrible. But I'm feeling here that, it's time to move on. I'm feeling that very specifically for you, Cancer. There's something, like I said, that you need to disconnect from because you're ready to do something different. And, you definitely got notice of that at the beginning of the month. Next, we have the Five of Wands. That's improved communication when it's in the reverse. It doesn't mean there's no bickering, fighting. It's like you have these conversations and people receive them very well. They understand how you feel. They support you in this decision. It could even be people who want to support you financially, right? Because maybe you're in a position where you might need that extra support. The other thing is with the Two of Wands is that you're going to be feeling really confident about making plans for your future. You actually are excited about it. You see the potential. You see the opportunity. You see the growth. You know that you can make this work once you kind of figure out how it's all going to come together for you. And like I said, with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, this is you distancing yourself from the current situation. I'm feeling like some of you really are going to be cutting back on your work or in your work in some way. If you're not in a position to quit, maybe you'll, move to something that's a little bit easier, within that same job. Maybe you will take a reduction in hours so you have more free time to do other things. Maybe you'll go from, maybe one department to another where you have less stress. I mean, who knows? It could be a myriad of things. But like I said, Cancer, you really are kind of setting yourself up for success here. And it's about you creating your own individual, unique path for you. All right, so let's see what else. Nice. Whoa. Let's see what else shows up for Cancer as it relates to, money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2021. All right, and things just keep getting better once we hit the second half of the month. Now, the second half of the month, we've got the Knight of Swords. That's a card of speed and timing. Once you make decisions, Cancer, things will start happening and start moving and shifting for you very, very quickly, especially as it relates to your money. Don't be surprised that if, let's say, you decide to give notice to your job, probably within the next few days, week, whatever, you're probably going to have another job lined up, or you're already going to have something in place that you can just easily transition into. Next, we have the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is something you were very excited and had high hopes about, but it kind of falls flat of what your expectations were. Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that maybe your expectations were much higher than what could be delivered to you. Now, again, there's a financial aspect to this. Maybe you were expecting something and it didn't quite work out to how you thought it would. Doesn't mean it's bad, but it just means that maybe this particular thing is not for you. We have the Star card. This is a repeater, only this time it's in the reverse. Now, the Star card in the reverse means two things. Number one, it means pay attention to your health. And the other thing means is sometimes you shy away from opportunities of putting yourself out there, right? Sometimes we hide. Sometimes we don't show up for ourselves fully because we're not confident, we feel insecure, whatever the case may be. And it could be a combination of both of those things. The thing is, Cancer, if you have an opportunity to showcase yourself, you need to embrace it and you need to use it because it will take you exactly where you want to go, especially financially, okay? So I'm giving you that, that little tidbit of advice now. If you have an opportunity to show off what you do, who you are, what your business is, what your product is, please step into that opportunity because it could be a game changer for you in a very positive way. Next, we have the Justice card in the reverse. Justice card in the reverse talks about decisions being made without your input. Usually, this is something that none of us likes to deal with because, everybody wants to be in control of their own lives. But as especially with what we're dealing with nowadays with our governments, decisions are being made that affect all of us and we have no say or no control over it. So I have a feeling you may be experiencing a little bit of that, Cancer. Again, you can navigate through this because you're going to make decisions on what's working for you and what you will accept and what you will not accept. Next, we have the Nine of Cups, the Wish card. That's a good card. I don't care if it's in the reverse because in my readings, that's a very good card. It means that your wish is showing up, whatever you've been hoping for, wishing for, praying for. It does start to show up for you, probably just in a lesser degree. Next, we have the Ace of Wands. This is a very, very, very good card. I've been getting this card in a lot of readings this month. This is a card of cash, believe it or not. It's a card of paper. Now, the other thing about this card, its association with paper, is that it could also mean paperwork, like literally. So, could be contracts, could be, filing paperwork, bills, whatever. Excuse me, but I do feel like this could be cash for a lot of you. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean cash is just going to show up out of the blue, but there could be some cash transactions that you're involved with. So you want to pay attention to that. If not, like I said, paperwork could be something that you really need to pay attention to. Paperwork for the good. Maybe it's a contract. Maybe you're selling something. Maybe you're agreeing to something, going into an agreement. You've got to sign papers. Whatever the case may be, make sure you pay attention to the details of that paper. All right, Cancer, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2021. Okay. All right, Cancer, as we close out October, what you need to pay attention to, your thoughts, your timing, and your money. Okay? I'm looking at this because I'm seeing things jump out at me here. Five of Pentacles, and I'm not going to go in order because that's not the way it's coming through right now. Five of Pentacles, pay attention to your self-limiting beliefs about money. Four of Cups, don't prejudge anything. King of Cups, keep your emotions in check. The Chariot in the reverse, pay attention to what's going on. You can't be too scattered in your attention or in your energy. Four of Wands, this is a very good card because this means that stability really is the key. As far as growing your money, making more money, doing the right things, making the right money decisions. The Four of Pentacles here tells me that this is something that you have to pay attention to. It's your budget, it's your bills, it's your spending, it's your savings, all of those things, right? So that was the first card, and all of these cards are telling me where you need to make sure you're strong and make sure you're not kind of slacking in any of these areas. Remember, it's mindset, timing, foundation, emotional, and not judging anything too quickly or seeing it as something that's not good. Finally, we have the Two of Wands here. The Two of Wands, that's a repeater card. And again, that's all about future planning, looking ahead and seeing the big picture and changing your perspective from short term to long term, right? So how are you going to win not only today, but tomorrow, next year, next 5 years, whatever, right? Because you are in a position to win very clearly, and you will win. But again, these are things that we all have to kind of focus on because everybody deals with this stuff. This is not unique to you, Cancer. However, this is stuff that's coming to the surface that needs to be addressed so you can move forward, so you can attract more money, so you can be more successful, so you can advance in your career. Now, the one thing I do want to point out is how you got 3 4s here. You have 4, 4, and then a 4. So 4s could be something of significance for some of you. I like when I see triple numbers like that because to me it's always a good sign. Some of you do believe in angel numbers. Some of you do believe in numerology. I say all of these things work together synergistically to communicate things to us that we need to know, or maybe things that are hidden within our subconscious that we need to kind of bring to the surface to acknowledge. So however you want to interpret that is definitely something to, like I said, to embrace within yourself. So overall, Cancer, you've got a very interesting month here. You've got things happening now, but you also are making some decisions, and when you make those decisions, things are shifting for you, and you're definitely going to see that you have more power than you think you do. You have more potential and more opportunity than you probably know right now. But if you pay attention to what's happening in your life, especially throughout the month, you'll see that things start to make sense as you move forward, as you go along. All right, Cancer, let's see what shows up with your Halloween oracle. Ooh. All right, this one is called Skull of Light, and the word is illumination. Illumination. I like that word. It's a word that means shining a light on something. In other words, what needs to be put in the spotlight? What needs to be shown? What needs to be understood even? Very interesting. Let me know your thoughts about this card here. All right, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.